I have to redo this one, so let's try this again. Hold on. I have to have my shit. It's me again. Now going by my middle name, which is Arthur. So I'd like to, appreciate comments on this video or whatever. If you guys want to. You don't have to. Yeah, so basically like what I was saying before on Twitter, if you follow me, is call me Z-I-E-R-O. Like Frank from MCR, My Chemical Romance's last name. Z-I-E-R-O. Yes. Basically what I was saying was like, when I talk, it feels completely normal. Like, I don't feel any indifference when I talk. But when I look at, like, pictures and stuff of how I smile, or, like, videos of how I talk, like, I just get uncomfortable, like, yeah, it just makes me feel uncomfortable in me. If you have ever felt that way before. So basically why I am the way I am is because I was adopted, or I was born in Buffalo, New York in 1992. My biological mother was 19 years old when she had me. I was born and they diagnosed me with DiGeorge syndrome, which is like autism. Well, sort of like autism. It's in the same, like, not genre. I don't know what you call it, but like, realm of syndromes. But a part of DiGeorge syndrome, I have schizophrenia. I have, which is why I live semi-automatic switch. By 21 Thoughts. So I have schizophrenia. I get heart problems, which I don't really get heart problems. This, like, if it's really bad case of DiGeorge syndrome, people get heart problems, but I do get a lot of, like, heart pains. And sometimes I get, like, chest pains and stuff, really bad chest pains. And this thing called velocardiofacial syndrome, which basically makes my face, like, screwed up. And I'm covering my eyes because I have really abnormal big eyes. And I have really tiny ears. Non-existent boobs. I mean, I have some, but they're not, like, that's why I feel like I'm more like a guy than a girl. So that's why I'm a demi boy. Trans demi boy. But I don't have a penis. Sorry. So, yes, velocardiofacial syndrome. That's basically, like, what you're seeing now, like, how I'm speaking, like, that's because of that. And my jaw is offset. It's not like a normal jaw. Like, a normal human being jaw is set. A normal human being's jaw. Let's see what else I was gonna say. I forgot. I had to remake the video. Yeah, so that's basically, like, what I was saying before, is because I really, like right now, I think I'm completely fine. Nothing is wrong. But, like, the next minute I look at a video or a picture, I'm just like, that just kind of, like, breaks my heart a little bit, I guess. And I've had to live with that for 15 years. And it's funny because, like, when I was younger, my sister and I were talking about this earlier, my mom homeschooled me and 5 other siblings. And we didn't have we didn't go to public school, so we were very sheltered. And so we'd have to get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning every morning before school. And just a second. I hate my phone. Yeah, so now we're like, oh, the reason why you guys didn't come down the stairs in time is because of how beautifully you thought of yourself. And you look at yourself in the mirror. It's a bunch of bullshit because I've never really thought that way about myself. No, like, never. I think I'm more, like, cool, I guess, in a sense. But I'm not beautiful. No. So, like, a part of my syndrome, like, basically, from what I've, heard is I don't really know what this has to do with anything, but the 32nd chromosome in my body, all throughout my body is missing. So, when I was younger, I had a cleft palate. And we didn't really know that at the time, but literally every day until I was 11, when we got it fixed, my mom and I were in the bathroom taking care of my nose because it was constantly running. And what it was there was some, like, bone, cartilage, whatever, blocking one of my nostrils. And so I couldn't breathe properly either. So I had to go to the hospital and get a tube that was the same size as my pinky, but a little bigger in length. Like that big. Put up my nose for 2 weeks. I couldn't jump on the trampoline, which really irritated me because I love the trampoline. And so when I was younger, when I had the cleft palate and stuff, I had speech impediment and stuff. I would talk through my nose, and I would talk kind of like this. So, and it was hard for me. I didn't really know. I didn't know any better. And so, basically, anytime my mom would do that, she thought I was being manipulative. So she'd take her 2 fingers and pull apart my mouth, and then take her 2 finger, from my mouth, and shove them down my throat, and push down my tongue. Literally every day I would do that. So that's one of the worst memories of dealing with this whole thing. Like, I already had enough, thoughts I was going through about me to deal with. And that's why I love Stitches and Joyride and Stage 4 on Frank's album so much, because it's Stitches, he kind of snaps. And that was basically me when I was 18, because my mom was still abusive after my 3 older brothers went off to school and got married and all that stuff. And so I ran away from home when I was 18, because I couldn't take the abuse anymore. I was making a statement. I'm like, I'm not going to be here if you're going to be this way. I can't live with this. I've had this for 16 years of my life. They adopted me when I was 2. So I snapped, and I ran. And, well, I didn't really run. I walked. Someone took me in for a day and a half. And then I tried to tell the police what was going on, but I don't like the police. They aren't really like they were back in the day. So I came back home, and wouldn't you know, it was still the same. Nothing changed. And I hoped it would. And I wrote my mom all these angry letters about hating being here, hating everything that she was doing to me, Keith and Krissa, and beating our faces until we had bloody noses, beating our faces until our faces were swollen, black and blue, and then telling us that if our friends asked, telling them that we fell down a flight of, if we fell down the stairs or ran into the door or something stupid so she wouldn't get in trouble. And so she burned those letters in the grill when the police were here looking for me. So that would have been our only chance. And that's still pissing me off. So my worst memory. I probably shouldn't shake this. I just like holding on. Cause I like having talking with my hands. Is, you guys have heard all this. I came home from school after accidentally texting my mom something that I was supposed to go to a friend because he called me when I was taking a break in class. So I came home from school, went to bed. It was like 11:30. My mom came home from work, and she got on mad at me because I accidentally texted her. People accidentally text people things all the fucking time. So she took my phone. I had those LG Rumor like slide up phones at the time. And I have this like little rinky dink ass phone. And she beat my face with it. Literally. And that thing was fucking brick. She beat my face with it. My own phone. This went on for about like an hour. I remember seeing spots. And then, and my forehead ached. It ached so bad I couldn't fall asleep for hours. Till like 6 a.m. at least. I remember my mom walking out my room going, saying something like, I don't want to be late for work. So I need to go to bed now. Like, work was more important than her trying to figure out what was actually going on. And so she went to work the next day and then came home. Then went to see my brother's play, and she was like, you better not have an attitude. Which I've never given my mom an attitude. Never. So that was a bunch of bullshit. And so like the next morning I woke up and I had bruises on my eyelids. And I had goose eggs on my forehead. I was just miserable. So that's basically what brought in my suicidal stage. I had told my brother and sister this, like, getting the last one. Because I didn't want to tell anyone. I literally thought, like, if I told Mom, she would have put me in, like, a fucking mental hospital or something. So I basically tried anything possible. Anything. I drank bleach. I drank those bathroom cleaners that we have that have bleach in them or whatever. And I actually ate an outdoor mushroom, like the poisonous ones. That was not fun. I had diarrhea for the first time. That sucked ass. Yeah. And I still try. And, like, sometimes I regret it. Regret trying. Like, before Monument Tour, I tried. But my best friend Lauren on Twitter, she was like, if you do it, I'll do it. And I love Lauren. And her username is Lauren Parahor Lauren, I think. So I didn't, because I loved Lauren, and I didn't want her to do something like that. And so I was 5 months clean up to, no, 6 months clean up to Monument Tour. which was Fall Out Boy's tour this year, which is amazing. Pete Wentz stuck his tongue out at me around the concession stands, which is still making me back to normal. Stupid ass camera with me. I cried when they did Just One yesterday because I really love that song. And Lolo featured in it instead of the Foxes, and that was even more amazing. And then, like, after that, I was like 7 months clean, and then I relapsed and tried. And then I continued relapsing. Like, it was like every week, and then I relapsed. And then finally, I'm like in 2 weeks clean. And mainly, I've just been listening to a lot of 21 Pilots and Test and Alien. And those basically have been distracting me, like keeping my mind off stuff. Like I still have those like dark thoughts and everything, and so yeah. So basically, here's some more of me. Basically, stuff that you know. I just want you guys to actually hear me say it instead of seeing me write it out. But yeah, the whole insomnia thing is actually true because like when I was younger, my mom would always come in my room and find something to get mad at me and my siblings for. Me and my sister for. And so she would yank me out, but I had like an afro, like Ray Torres afro. Well, not really that long, but I had like an afro. I was a mini black Ray Torres. She would yank us around by our hair. And she would literally pull out like a chunk. One time I saw her, she had like a chunk of my hair in her hand. And she'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. My mom did that to me when I was younger." Okay. So that's like an excuse for you to do that. Cool. Awesome. Thanks. There's so much more. I would fucking go off. But I wouldn't. I don't want to do that right now. But I told a few good things, I think. Yeah. So thank you for listening. My name was Ariel. It is Justin Arthur Friedrich. But I probably shouldn't say the last name. I don't think you heard it. I hope not. My Twitter username is Callme, CALLMEZIERO, and I'll put it in the little description thing for you guys. Yeah, so if you have any questions or anything, feel free to hit me up on there. Direct message me, whatever. Like, a lot of times I will be depressed. And it's human nature. Yeah, so it's me. This is my phone. Bye.